Hey, I'm Jason Fitzgerald, the head coach of Strength Running, and you're watching episode 18 of Q&A with Coach. Today, we're talking all about what are the most important training elements to focus on when you're super busy. All right, guys, let's dive into today's question. This is an anonymous question that was sent to me. It's all about what to actually focus on if you're really busy with work, family, whatever. All of us have responsibilities. And so, there's definitely things in a training schedule that are more important than others, right? There's priority workouts and long runs and things that are more important than, an easy recovery run that might not be high mileage. So, this question hits home for me because I think back to my college days where I had an uninterrupted 3 to 3.5, maybe sometimes even 4 hours of training time that I was at the athletic center with my coach, with my team, plenty of time to devote to a proper warm-up, drills, strides, the workout itself, changing shoes into the shoes that we were going to race in to do the workout in, making sure that we were doing a tiny bit of that workout barefoot, going into the trails for our cool down to get on some softer surfaces. Then maybe would go to the athletic trainer and we'd do some core work or strength work. Then would sit in an ice bath or get some electric stim on anything that was bothering us and get on a foam roller, get some adjustments. Next thing you know, we've been there for 4 hours. As I've gotten older, now that I have 2 kids myself and now that I have this family, I don't have 4 hours to exercise, and I'm sure you're the same way. Some days I have more time than others. So, if we were to look at a training plan and think, okay, what are the most important things that I should focus on if time is short? So my answer is it kind of depends on what race you're training for. So if you're training for a 5K, the faster workout that you do every week, maybe that's once a week or maybe even twice a week, is going to be the most important thing that you do. If you're training for a marathon, the long run is the most important thing that you do. It always bothers me when I see these marathon training plans where every 3 to 4 weeks or even every other week, the long run takes a huge dip in mileage and it goes way down. Why would you sacrifice the most important workout of the week for a marathoner? I think it's short-sighted. So, you have to look at your goal, whatever race distance you're training for. If you're training for a short race, then I would say the 1 to 2 faster workouts that you're doing every week are going to be the most important thing to focus on. Make sure you execute those as best as possible. Now, the second most important thing is going to be your long run. Most runners, especially new runners, beginning runners, if you've only been running for, let's say, 5 years, 7, 8, 9 years, most of us are limited by our aerobic capacity or our endurance. And the best way to get faster is not necessarily to run your mileage at a faster pace or do harder workouts. It's to run overall a higher mileage program. It's to focus on the long run. And that's the workout that's going to give you the most endurance bang for your effort. So, it doesn't matter if you're training for a 5K or a marathon. I think the long run is going to be in the most important things to focus on. Now, if you are training for a marathon, it's going to be the long run. That's the most important thing to work on. And then secondary is whatever faster workout that you're doing. Maybe that's a tempo run, a progression run, some goal pace running within a run during the week. But those are the 2 most important things to focus on. So it's your faster workout and your long run, depending on what goal race you're training for. If there's a third thing to focus on, I would say, let's focus on taking care of your body. Let's do the core work, the strength work, the foam rolling, getting adequate sleep, hopefully 8 hours a night. But if, you're in the peak of your marathon training session, then, your marathon training cycle, then I would definitely try to prioritize sleep as maybe something you're getting 8.5 or 9 hours of sleep every night. If you're in new mileage territory and you're doing long runs that you're not necessarily used to, it's really, really important to focus on sleep. So taking care of your body, prioritizing injury prevention, making sure that you can train consistently, not just through your training cycle, whatever, 16, 18, 20-week plan that you're doing, but also long term. You want to be able to run, next year and not just this year. I recently interviewed Tom Foreman, who's a CNN journalist. He wrote a book that I literally read in one day. It was so engrossing. It was my year of running dangerously. And he has a really great quote from that book. It was, don't make any decisions today that will limit your ability to run tomorrow. So don't make any silly training decisions today, whether that's skipping out on your cool down, skipping out on your strength exercises, running a workout way too fast, running a long run that's too far than what you're ready for. All these decisions have long-term ramifications. So I think what Tom was trying to get at was be conservative today and focus on long-term, consistent training, because that's ultimately what's going to help you be a better runner. So the third thing to focus on, no matter what race distance you're training for, is making sure that you are prioritizing your longevity in the sport. And there's a lot of different strategies that we talk about on strength running for this. In terms of injury prevention, this is like my go-to topic because I believe so strongly in the power of staying healthy. So do your strength work, get your sleep, get on your foam roller to work out any tight spots. And by focusing on those three things, your long run, your faster workout, and then your health and staying injury free as long as possible, those are the three most important things that I think runners should be doing no matter what race you're training for. And of course, your number one priority is just going to vary a little bit depending on your race goal. So longer distance runners should focus on the long run, and then shorter distance runners should focus on their faster workout. Maybe that's 2 a week, maybe that's just 1 a week. But those are the three most important things to focus on if you are busy. Episode 18 is in the bag. That's a wrap, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Feel free to submit your own questions about running, training, injuries, racing, all those different elements of training that are very important to help us runners improve. You can submit it to me on Twitter. Just use the hashtag #RunQuestion to make sure that I find it, or you can simply email it to me. My email is support@strengthrunning.com. Thanks for watching, and I hope you tune in to the next episode of Q&A with Coach.